When selling, I think we have to really be open to the fact that most of us are pretty mundane with our messaging. Let me explain what that means. One of the things when we do our messaging, one of the things I do with this message to you is I try to bring some energy. I do it early in the morning when I'm not tired or fatigued from the day. But I think the way we deliver our message, how we deliver our message is just critical. I think often when we're selling, we start to think of the tactical things that we have to do. Let me give you an example. I was just at a client site and I heard an inside sales rep say with the following tone, and I'm actually not mimicking too aggressively, "Oh yeah, I've got to get my cold calling in." Now, hearing that tone, what is the likelihood that person's going to have success over someone who says, "I've got a prospect to generate some new business, so I've got to really mentally get prepared"? Who's going to deliver the better message? So I think as salespeople, we have to remember we have a power in the way we message. As corny and cliche as that sounds, we have a power in the way we deliver our message. So let me give you an example. Recently, I was at a client site, and one of my favorite clients of all time, the Milwaukee Brewers. And one of the things I love about working with them is every year, and it's been my 15th year, I always try to bring something different. I'm not so sure I do it as successfully as I could, but I would tell you I try to bring something different. And one of the things that I've started to do is that we all complain about voicemail. I'm now getting people's phone numbers. I'm leaving them a message after hours, telling them of a unique time I'm going to call. So for example, "Hi Bob, this is Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching. I know you're the head of talent development at your organization, and I know you don't know me, but I'm actually going to call you Thursday at 2:10 p.m. And I'm hoping to get a hold of you, and I will tell you that I will really wow you with what we do at Progress Coaching. I'm going to need about 3.5 minutes of your time. So I hope you can carve out that 3.5 minutes. I look forward to speaking with you." And so what I'm actually doing is leaving voicemail to prepare for my first call. And then you actually call at 2:10 or 2:12. People are like, "This is really cool. This is different." Now, sometimes out of curiosity, people will just wait for the phone call. Some will ignore it. But as we all know with voicemail, it can be very difficult. I am notorious for this. Voice text. I'm not talking voice to text. I'm talking about sending a message in your voice. Now, I use an iPhone. Customers today do not know that you can actually record an audio on your phone and attach it to either an email or you can attach it typically to a text message. And one of the reasons I love that is people can hear your energy. So let's say you're selling cars and you're following up with someone who came out and looked at a certain type of car. Now, you know that this person came to your lot, so you have to assume that they're visiting some other car dealerships. But everybody else leaves a message at their home or they email them. What if you were to send a message and say, "You know, Bob, this is Tim over at ABC Dealership. One of the things I wanted to let you know, we've got that Kia Soul in the exact color that you said you wanted. What I need from you, if it would be okay with you, is give me a call as soon as you can." Now, the person hears the excitement. They hear a sense of urgency. That's the power of the message. So be prepared to send your clients a voice text. And I know I'm belaboring the point, but the written note. And I just sent, and I have some cards that are made up, which I think I put in last week's lesson, in the title with my picture is "You Gotta Love Referrals." And one of the things that I do is I send referrals to people. Once a week, I try to pick one person. So think about every single week, you send out 1 to 2 cards of thank yous. It could be to customers, it could be to people you work with, and that's what extends your brand. But think about having cards printed up in your name with your photo. "I've got an idea for you." So I have a second set of cards that are titled with my photo, "I've got an idea for you." It gets people to open it up and you present your idea. So when you go home and you see your phone bill, electric bill, gas bill, and then you see a powder blue envelope that's hand addressed, which one are you opening first? Now, I am actually experimenting. I used to do this years ago, and the problem is that the tools became a little bit arduous to deal with because the internet was too slow. I think that's changed. I am actually experimenting with a company called BombBomb, BOMB, BOMB. And one of the things that I'm doing is I'm starting to use video-based email. Now, I also use, similar to what I'm recording on now, some ancillary tools like Screenomatic, and I will put a video right inside here. So I'm actually working to hire an inside sales rep right now. So I'm actually, I've got a couple candidates, and what I'm doing is sending them voiceover messages like this. And I've had 2 of the 3 candidates say, this is really cool what you do. I don't have to read. And they kind of are getting jazzed up with what we do. And I said, well, this is how we send some of our lessons. So the other thing is, if you have video inside your industry, whether Vimeo or YouTube, embed that in your email, because when people see that arrow next to video, like on a YouTube video, what do? It's like Pavlov's dog. You click it. But what if that was a personal message from you? So I am a huge fan, especially with blogging, but the power of your message. I do not write very well. So I'm sure this will shock some of you who know me. I'm an idea guy. I'm a constant, relentless idea generating guy. But one of the things is I don't like to type. If you are one of those people, there are 2 tools out there called rev.com, where you can talk into your iPhone or your Android, or you can do it online on the desktop version. It's $1 a minute, and it's a transcription service. It will take your voice and produce a Word document. Now, the same company just came out with another product that is built on robotic artificial intelligence called Temi, T-E-M-I. That does not use a real live body as much as it is 100% artificial intelligence. The accuracy is lower than rev.com, but I think it's like 10 cents a minute. So if you need to create some thought leadership and you're a verbal person, think about the top 10 tips in your industry. Think about the top 10 challenges in your industry that your company solves. Don't just look at yourself as a thought leader. So let's say you're in the logistics business and you're talking about trucking and loads and things like that. What are some new things? What are some new laws? What are some new restrictions? What are some new things customers need to be aware of? Not what you sell, but a place where you can demonstrate thought leadership. Again, this leads us to third-party news. Be a resource for your industry. So again, what am I talking about here? So let me take a second and just kind of reframe what I'm talking about. You want to be known as the subject matter expert in your industry, not just the guy that sells, or not just the lady who sells you, because those are commoditized people. But if you can become an industry subject matter expert and you can disseminate news in your industry. So one of the things I just forwarded to a bunch of my clients is the Myers-Briggs instruments versus DISC. And I found it to be a very interesting article. We do not use either one of those assessment tools. I had 2 clients say, you know what, we use DISC, and it was interesting to see the validation of DISC. Thank you so much. Now, are they buying my assessment tool? No. But did I stay in front of them? Am I viewed as an objective, hopefully subject matter expert? I think so. So here's the formula. Think about, on your subject line of your email or your blog or your thought leadership, asking a question. What are your challenges with shipping? What are the problems with buying a car today? What is the challenge with retaining employees? Then you present typical problems as it relates to your industry. Then you present solutions, not your solutions. Now, this can be done in your video email, this can be done in a blog, this can be done in a one-page flyer, but it can be a part of your messaging. It could also be done in a voicemail. So your voicemail could be, are you struggling with employee turnover and retention? What if there were a way and you present the solution? And then you say, call Progress Coaching. We've got specific solutions. And if we always remember this formula, and especially the 5th step of WIFT, what's in it for them? What's in it for them is something that increases their ability, maybe decreases their costs. Ask yourself, is that a part of your messaging? I hope this has helped. Good luck selling.